I am a retired extrovert. I used to be super outgoing and like bubbly. I don't know what the right word is, but something changed. I think, and a big part of it was work. I went to a job that was a little bit more stressful, and a job that I had to be taken a little bit more like seriously at, or at least I felt like I did in my bones. And so that kind of slowed me down quite a bit, put a damper on my mood overall. And then there's a lot of different little things that I started becoming aware, or what I thought was aware of how I was being perceived, and became, I guess, self-conscious of that in some capacity. Maybe started taking myself a little too seriously. I just realized it's just no fun. And I didn't notice, right, or I didn't realize that something had changed until the other day. I was at the casino with my wife, and I went into the elevator, and there's something that extroverts know, and that's other extroverts. When you learn how to read a room, at least you can tell the ones that are yappers and the ones that aren't. And we're in the elevator, and I could tell that the guy that entered the elevator wants to talk. He's an extra. It's leaking out of his body that he is almost uncomfortable with the fact that it is not, that conversation is not happening in that elevator, right? And I started thinking about it in the moment, and I realized that whether it be on purpose or not, am not creating an approachable personality. I'm not an approachable person in that moment. I know that I'm fucking deadpan, no emotion. I'm just standing there, probably staring at the wall of the elevator. I don't even remember what I was doing, but I could tell that he did not feel like I was a person to talk to. I'm down to yap. I still have it in my bones. If somebody starts talking to me, I can talk to them, and I can have a great time, and I'm still happy. But I wasn't being that person on the outside, and I preach it all the time. Happy people make happy people, but I believe that. And if I'm not happy on the outside, there's no way that I could make somebody else happy unless they start the conversation, unless they start the engagement. Now, I'm not saying go talk to everybody on an elevator, but I don't want to be that person that isn't able to be talked to, because in my heart, that's not who I am. In my heart, you can talk to me. In my heart, you can walk up to me and I will hold a conversation with you for endless amounts of time, because I'm a yapper. I'll yap about shit I've never known about, much less stuff that I think I know about. And so all that said, it made me really want to make a change, because that is the person that I preach. That is the person that I am in my heart. But I changed it. I turned it off. And so I'm a recovering extrovert at this point. And because I still got it. Today at work, I whipped it out. I whipped it out for the first time in what felt like years. Not around friends. Around friends, and playing online, hanging out with the old lady. I still got. You know what I mean? I could pull it out, but at work, I had no reason to do it. I wasn't gonna be bubbly. I wasn't gonna do this. I crack jokes and stuff, but I'm not gonna be an outward emotion at work. And it's just what I convinced myself of, I should say. And today I convinced myself that I am that person. I told myself that I will do this today, and it's going to be, I told myself it's going to be exhausting. That's how I got myself out of it. Oh, it's so exhausting being happy all the time and being outward with your emotions and what have you. But I said, it might be exhausting, it might be weird, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna feel good about that again, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see if I still got it in me to whip it out at any time. And I did that today, and I swear, I mean, oh my God, it made the day so good. It made the day so goddamn good. You know, just being happy for myself again, having a smile regardless of the situation. And I caught myself up a couple times. You know, sometimes I work with guys, they got questions that I feel like I don't have the answer. And I'm like, I get mad. But I can get over it. I get through it, better said. And I mean, I finished my shift, and I still feel great. And I'm happy to be on the journey of being that person again, because I mean, it is who I am. I am a person that is extroverted. I am the fucking person that's gonna talk to you on the elevator. So watch out. You know what I mean? Don't get near me. Don't get near me in an enclosed box. Cause I'm gonna say, what? How you doing? What's going on? You have a good day? I'm gonna say something. And that's okay. And if there's one thing that I took from this journey is I learned how to read a room a little bit better. I learned how to look at a moment and say, you know what? My outbursts may or may not be appreciated at this time. Maybe. But it's not going to stop me from lightening a mood, having a good old time. I busted it out a little bit while we were hiking in the caves, cracking jokes. Everybody's having a good time. And I felt right. It felt right. And I miss it. It's like I removed a piece of myself and I didn't even know I did it because I just convinced myself I was tired. I'm stressed. I am. But even if it was only for this brief moment, going into today, I was both tired and stressed. But being happy, or allowing that emotion to come back out of me, made it okay. Maybe not feel so boxed into that emotion that I've set for myself. The emotion of being stressed, the emotion of being tired. And it's good. It was good. All that said, nothing's really going to change here. I still Yapper McYapperson, but if anything, I'll get TikToks of talking to more people. Get those little meta glasses. Get real, you know what I mean? But I'm happy. I wanted to share this kind of like epiphany I had, partly for myself, but maybe for anybody else that, picked the emotion of being tired and forgot that they got that juice in them, and they just gotta put the straw in the juice box. You know what I'm saying? Put that on a t-shirt. Thanks for listening to my Yap Fest. The 13 of you that are gonna watch this, I appreciate it. If you see me on the street and I look like an unapproachable son of a bitch, you have permission to grab me by the let's do the back of the knee. Grab me by the back of the knee and say, hey fucker, lighten up. Let's do this thing. Good day. Hey, oh yeah. Don't forget to spread positivity. Happy people make happy people. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.